Hi guys, welcome back to London. Today I've come to Tottenham Court Road Tube, which is just behind all this construction work. I'm headed to Denmark Street, which is just across the road here. Let's get run over. Yeah, Denmark Street was once home to Britain's music industry. They've recently flattened half of this block though to build Crossrail, the new Crossrail station there at Tottenham Court Road. So half of the music industry disappeared with it. As you can see, all these music shops. I think it started with music publishing, then a lot of businesses around the industry popped up. So musical instrument stores, sheet music stores. There's a lot of bars and clubs here, especially in the bit they flattened. Still a couple left. But if you watched my video a few videos ago about the Rolling Stones, you know I came here and check out these vintage music instrument stores. But yeah, if you watch my Rolling Stones video, you know I came here and bought a new guitar. So I need a case and a stand for that. But also there's a few good bars. There's a tapas bar at the end called Fernandez and Wells. So I need to pick up some storage for my new guitar. Sort out my storage. I need a case for an older guitar and a stand. So I'm going to head into Regent Sounds studios. Used to be a recording studio, it's now a guitar shop, musical instrument store. I think the Stones, people like that, did record there back in the day, back in the 60s. But yeah, I'm going to pick up a case, a stand, and then we can get drinks and tapas, either below Regent Sound Studios in the bar, or maybe some food and drink in Fernandez and Wells. But anyway, I'm going to pop in and get a stand and a case.
I've come to Regent Sounds today to get a genuine Fender hard case for a Fender Stratocaster guitar, like the brown one they have here, that one on the right there, the brown and tweed case, like that one, only all in black. The reason I've come here, firstly, I like the idea of Denmark Street. I like looking at the vintage guitars in the window and all these amazing guitars on display in the stores. I could get a case online, but unless people spend money on the street, it won't be here as it is. It's not a significant purchase for the store by any means, but hey, it's the thought that counts, right? Secondly, I've always got good service here when I've been before, buying bits and pieces, and that's all very noble, but here's why I'd recommend you come here. I checked the prices online, Amazon, before I came to get an idea. If I'm honest, I expected to pay a little bit more in store, especially here in central London, but it's cost less, quite a bit less, enough to put a significant dent in tapas next door. So yeah, definitely recommend it if you're interested in anything musical. Denmark Street.
Okay, success. Got a Fender guitar case. I didn't get the stand on this occasion. I'll pop back and get one. It's a lot to carry. This is enough to carry in its cardboard box. But yeah, right next to Regent Sound Studios, where we got the case, is Fernandez and Wells. So we'll go and get some tapas. Got a seat right in the window. I think right now we needed to catch the shop before they shut, so sort of transitioning from, I guess, afternoon coffee into dinner service, I guess. But yeah, it's open all day. Lunch, breakfast, lunch, brunch, and now tapas, wine, dinner. On for water. Don't worry, I've got a bottle of cava coming. Spanish tapas, Spanish cava. Space for my guitar case as well.
Fernandez and Wells have a handful of cafes here in central London. Actually, very most of them have very prominent, not positions, but locations. This one here, there's one in Somerset House, a couple in Soho, and one by South Kensington Station. They're open early until late, so they transition from coffee and breakfast first thing, through to brunch, lunch, afternoon cakes and snacks, then into dinner, tapas, and of course, wine. I would go so far as to say, as a brand, they're one of London's hidden gems. They're relying on repeat business and word of mouth rather than flashy advertising and social media like this. Each store is a little different in design, so it's got its own character and soul, but the fundamentals are the same. European food and drink, continental I guess, but definitely a Spanish and French influence. Traditional rustic food, unpretentious dishes, great ingredients, good coffee, good wine, and all in a modern space with very, very relaxed atmospheres. Okay, as we're having Spanish food tonight. Bottle of Spanish carb. Okay, the old adage about holding wine by the neck, women by the waist, and champagne by the derriere. I'm pretty sure that applied to decanted wine, decanters, which you can only hold by the neck. Their waists too big and the bottoms are too flat generally, although that could apply to somewhere. But anyway, that old adage applied to decanters, not bottles. It looks super cool holding bottles by the neck on camera because you get everything in shot, but trust me, this is super awkward. It's like the forearm Olympics. Don't try this at home. I think that old adage was designed to teach rednecks what not to do to women rather than how to decant wine. Carver in this case. Cheers. Got to get the shot for Instagram. Okay, if you're a grammar Nazi worried about the pronunciation of every word in every language, you better turn the volume down now. Everyone else get ready for a Spanish lesson. I'm in Spanglish. First up for the food, we've got some morcilla, which is the traditional Catalan version of black pudding, made in the same way as chorizo fresco, served on grilled sourdough bread with aioli. Also some hummus, which is classic Beiruti style inspired hummus, so chickpeas, tahini, harissa, sprinkling of mint, served with Greek olive oil and Spanish paprika. We've got some Roman style artichokes, so globe artichokes, served warm from the grill with olive oil. Okay, here we go, open wide. They're good. A little bit on the camera. We've also got there the patatas bravas, which is potatoes with a spicy tomato sauce and some cool aioli. It's normally served with padron peppers, which I love, and I would have ordered them as a dish also. However, they're out of them today. So they've added a little ham for us instead as a substitute, which is very kind of them. Okay. Bottom two of the carver. The first one went a bit too quickly. Cheers. That's good. The cheese board looks incredible. The cheese board is a selection of British and French cheeses. You can pick individual cheeses. I've actually left the decision up to the lady serving us, so this will be a surprise. However, they've got two of the best cheesemongers in town as suppliers, Neal's Yard Dairy and Fromagerie Mons. So I'm pretty confident they'll be great. If you've watched my Borough Market videos, you'll have seen me go to Neal's Yard. And I've also got some ham, the Jamón Ibérico de Bolota, which is hand-carved slices of 36-month-old cured ham from Lampino pigs reared by Juan Pedro Domecq from However, Spain. I should mention the bread as well. All these dishes served with bread. It's a delicious sourdough with a little drizzle of good olive oil.
That's delicious. See them all hanging up slightly. Sweet, nutty. Okay, that was Fernandez and Wells, Spanish tapas. It was delicious. Food was great, drink was great too. We're at the end of Denmark Street there, and here is St Giles High Street. Pretty sure it's home to Google here in London and YouTube, the creative space. Not that I'm allowed in it because I don't have enough subscribers. St Giles in the Fields Church. St Giles's was historically, where we are now, was historically one of the worst slums in London. There were, I can't remember whether there were public hangings here or whether this was just a stopping point on the way to public hangings, but yeah, it was a pretty dire spot for a long time. Charles Dickens came here for inspiration for his novels, and I think Dickensian London is notoriously bad, but he couldn't come here without a bodyguard, or well, a security team back in the day, so yeah, it was pretty rough. Got my case. But yeah, if you're into music, you should definitely come and check out Denmark Street. If you're into Spanish tapas, just come and coffee, breakfast, Spanish dishes for lunch and dinner at Fernandez and Wells. But yeah, if you're a musician, you should definitely come and check out Denmark Street. Got loads of vintage musical instruments. Got here the Martin acoustic dealer, so brand new musical instruments. I think Denmark Street was originally home to the music publishing industry, probably about 100 years ago, and then the rest of the music industry sprung up around it. Beyond its heyday now, there were a lot of clubs and bars and restaurants. The whole thing was musical, probably in the 60s and 70s, probably through to the 80s, and then started changing a little bit. And recently they knocked the backside of this. They've demolished for Crossrail, and I think they're building underneath this, which is why some of the buildings are empty and being pinned together. They're building a 800-seater music venue, so you never know, it may regain its crown. But anyway guys, I'm going to call it a day there, head back round the corner to Hindu. I'm going to head back to, we're going to head back to Tottenham Court Road, get my new case home, and I'll see you in the next one. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit the thumbs up, like button. If you'd like to be the first to see my new films, the subscribe button. And yeah, if you're a musician, specifically if you I guess most of it is guitar stores, vintage guitar stores and new guitar stores. So yeah, if you play guitar, you're coming to London, definitely check out Denmark Street. So till next time guys, toodles. Disowning me, chatting to a camera. Toodles. Oh yeah, it's gone from worst slum in London. That building there, the old Centre Point building, is now going to be some of the most expensive real estate, some of the most expensive flats here in London. It's got a long checkered past that one. It was office blocks, remained empty, got occupied by protesters protesting against homelessness here in London. And yeah, now it's been converted into flats, luxury apartments, and yeah, worst time in the world to most expensive real estate in the world, Centre Point. Don't bother getting the tube at Tottenham Court Road to Oxford Circus, she said. Well, walk, it's not far. Only weighs 6 kilos. Now, 6 kilo dumbbell in the gym, they're the sissy weights. 6 kilo box on the other hand. Half a mile down Europe's busiest shopping street, I can tell you is a different prospect. It's like CrossFit. CrossFit's for sissies too. It's like a proper workout. Spinning round's fun. Spinning round's good fun too, especially with, especially in the tourists. Do tend to get out of your way though. That Prosecco hasn't helped. Carb loading on the other hand was probably a good idea. Living the dream. Oxford Circus. Saturday night. Huge box. Made it to Oxford Circus. You know what? Take it out of the box, it's got a hand door. That'd be too easy.